Hi everyone. I hope y'all don't mind the fact that I'm doing this on my general channel or my vlog channel as opposed to the Life Beyond Blindness channel. Maybe I should do this on the Life Beyond Blindness channel in addition to this channel. But if people don't mind my indulging for a moment, in the past week or 10 days, the American Council of the Blind and the National Federation of the Blind have both had their annual conventions. Apparently, the National Federation of the Blind passed a resolution that, although I haven't sat and read it or listened to the stream of the person reading it, listened to a recording of a person reading it, I cannot imagine what they're talking about, and I just want to take a moment and talk about that. They alleged that Apple's technology wasn't accessible enough or something. Their accessible technology wasn't good enough. I don't know what their exact wording is, but apparently they're saying that Apple's technology isn't good enough to help the blind, or it's not accessible enough or something. Okay, what in the world are you talking about, NFB? Apple. Yes, I have. This device is an Apple device. So is this. I don't know if it's even in the camera or not, but in case it isn't, or to anyone who is as blind as I am, I'm holding up my iPhone. That's an Apple device. I've got, a couple of different Apple devices. Now, these devices all we had to do to get them turned on, and, to get them turned on in the sense that they were talking to me, because I can't see what's on the screen, is change one setting. In fact, nowadays, when you power up an iDevice for the first time, you triple click the home button and VoiceOver just turns on. I dare you to find me a company that's not HIMS or Humanware or American Printing House for the Blind or Freedom Scientific, or I guess it's AI Squared now, or, I dare you to find another mainstream company that sells computers and smartphones that come straight out of the box talking with just the tiniest little bit of effort. I don't expect you to find one. I think Apple should be commended for taking on the request, the collective request for the blind, or the collective request from the blind, hey, give us something that we can use. We can't see the screen. If it's gonna be Operation Touchscreen, then y'all need to realize that we can't see the screen and we don't know what's under our fingers. So you need to create something that's accessible, that talks to us, that enables us to use it just like the people that can see can. Well, Apple created such a thing. And I think we should compliment them, not condemn them. Now, this may prove to be a little bit of a controversial video. Maybe people with the NFB will see this and comment and say, well, I'll have you know, this is what we're talking about. It's not good enough. Here's why we feel that way. Here's what other companies just as good, if not better than Apple. Well, if there are more accessible devices, again, that are not specialized devices for the blind, yes, the Braille Sense, the Braille Note, now apparently this Braille Note Touch, although I haven't had occasion to actually put my hands on one of those. Yeah, those are really accessible, definitely. But first of all, those cost buttloads of money versus the iDevices that cost, most of them cost let's be real about it, $300 to $700. Okay, that's pricey. I admit it. But compared to $2,500 to $5,600 for a specifically made for the blind device, my Braille Sense in there, that was 45, give or take, $100. A Braille Edge, that's $1,500, $2,500, something like that. I mean, compared to that, an iPod Touch that talks to you is pretty accessible. Okay, I admit, just because iOS 10 comes out does not mean that I'm expecting to find out, ooh, iOS 10 came out this morning. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got to upgrade now. No, I don't see myself doing that. It is still true that whether it's iOS itself or any individual app, I always am kind of leery about updating them because I worry that accessibility will be broken. Just because, first of all, I don't think there is any such a thing as an app or a program or a machine that doesn't have bugs at first. I mean, I don't think you probably find that in just about any computer related thing. Any new update is probably going to have bugs in it. That's just a fact of life in the world of technology. I'm sure that happens in the most sighted oriented programs and devices. But 10 years ago, between 10 and 15 years ago, a cell phone that talked to me meant being very clear about which device I got. You know, I didn't used to have the option of just getting any device out there. It would have to be a particular model. And even those models had quite a few talking features, but still not everything talked. Compared to that, this iPhone is awesome. So the bottom line is, although I will still not be the first to update apps, even though I will not be the first blind person to dare to upgrade to iOS 10, you know, let other blind people do it first. Let them tell me that, yeah, it's accessibility is not broken, then maybe I'll give it a try. But having said that, I think Apple's done a great job, and I think they should keep up the good work. And National Federation of the Blind, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yes, iOS always seems to have bugs when they first come out. Well, are you going to tell me that there's never been any such thing as a bug in the newest update of the software for your Braille Note, or your Braille Sense, or your Braille Note Touch now, or your Braille Edge, or JAWS, or Window Eyes, or I could stand here for hours talking about different devices that exist and different programs and devices that blind people use. Every one of them has had bugs in them. That doesn't mean they're bad products. It means that the company that made the device needs to be made aware, hey, you've got this bug where this happens. That's really not helpful, and we would strongly encourage you in the next firmware upgrade to repair that, to fix that. So, Apple, keep up the good work, and NFB, I'm never going to change your mind, and you're never going to change mine. And any individual person, there are things that any individual may have their mind made up about something, and no one's ever going to change it. But compared to our options even a decade ago, I think what we have in Apple devices is pretty darn good. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'm sorry if most people couldn't relate, but I did want to say that, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.